Hey, this is Mar, half of Mar and Prash. I love how the nice guys embrace their inner weirdness. I hope saying this doesn't impact my position for future episodes. But here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
I said to Strick, we need a promotional tool for the book. Let's do a podcast. And he's like, yeah, that's great. But I have one question. What's a podcast?
As one of the few people that have actually sat with both Strick and Doug together, we had beers. They are legitimately the same assholes in person. As they are.
That's pretty much it.
Cinderella story. Out of nowhere, former groundskeepers about to be the Masters champions. The Nice Guys on Business podcast. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Welcome back, all of our Funkin' fans, including the ones here hanging out with us today. And by the way, yes, it is Monday. I know you don't get an interview. Sorry, fuck you if you were waiting for an interview. You get us.
Well, you know what? They still get 3 interviews this week. They're going to get they're going to get today's episode tomorrow, and then tomorrow's episode on Wednesday, and then they're still going to get Randy on Friday, so it's fine. It's fine.
And Randy, who's hanging out with us today, along with Sean Carpenter, Ryan Bocross, Jenny Bellinger, and more. Oh, and Al Getler. Al can only listen, unfortunately, right now because he's trying to figure out his bike situation. But Al, we love you anyway. We're glad you're here.
We are so glad you're here. Welcome, Al. Hey, Strick, we have a lot of things to talk about, but first and foremost, we've got to talk about why we are actually here on Monday as opposed to Tuesday.
Well, the first thing is we're in a Zoom meeting and we're all videoing, and we just need one more person to join so we can have the Brady Bunch. and Ryan Bocross, if you're seeing this in the visual, are we going to be able to post this video on Facebook somewhere?
Who knows how to do that? Anyway, does anybody know?
Figure it out between now and then. I don't
Sean
know.
does. Sean raised his hand.
But Ryan was doing the visual of why we're here because we're doing 1 million downloads, which is going to happen today.
That is fucking nuts. 1 million downloads. We could not have been here without, thank you, Jenny, for downloading the last 190,000 of them. Your little finger is very, very, very. Hey, Al is here with us.
I'm here.
Al's got video and audio.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, and very loud, too.
Al, I think there's Sean.
There it is,
1 million downloads. Al, I think you are the only Funkin' fan that we actually have not spoken to or don't know who you are. So why don't you introduce yourself? Everybody else has been on the show or we've at least talked about in the past.
Absolutely. Well, Al Getler from Vermont. I'm originally from New Jersey. Doug and I had a conversation about what that means for fuckery. So that's an important part. But I'm actually a really new fan and very passionate about what you guys do. You do an excellent job. And again, shocked by the episode the other day where I learned so much on Thursday. So,
well, hold on a second, but Al,
I think you listened to the wrong show.
Al said,
I don't get it.
Strickland.
Frankly, that was the best episode you guys have done in a really long time.
Oh,
it was really
last week.
Yes.
What
478.
What did we talk about?
There was a lot of good information in that one, Doug.
What the hell did we talk about? Did we talk about like OneNote and Free Camp? Is that what? Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we really got into a lot of good, I think, overall business arching advice there too. It was a good episode.
That's
Well, the best part of it was talking about your partnership and just why you guys are such good business partners.
What was the reason, Al? I don't remember.
I don't know. No. It was because you sell and Strickland does all the rest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does all the rest.
I was telling Doug that, Hewlett Packard, and I think they started in the 40s or the 50s, Hewlett and Packard, they didn't even know what they wanted to manufacture when they first got together. They said, you know what? We just want to work together. We want to build something together because we complement each other so well. And that's what Doug and I do. We still don't know what we're going to do.
No idea.
But, where to go.
So let's go through this. Let's have everybody introduce themselves. That are here on the Nice Guys in Business 1 millionth download celebratory episode. Those that have made it here. I put the invitation out on Facebook and I put it out on. Did I email it? No, I don't think I emailed it to anybody. I think I just did a Facebook group thing, and so we got a good turnout here. So this is good. So everybody, just take a moment or two and introduce yourself. Let's start with we'll start with Sean, the original Funkin' fan.
Hey guys, Sean Carpenter, Columbus, Ohio. Just want to show you guys something on my phone. You can see from episode 486 last week. Look at all the yellow stars next to all those episodes. I am a sharer and a recommender of the show. So proud to be one of the original long listeners and happy to be regularly mentioned on the show. Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, man. We appreciate it so very much. Sean and I, we had an encounter in Columbus, Ohio. It was April 20th. He just informed me, 420. Was it it must have been 2 years ago.
2016.
2016. Okay, yeah, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And he was the first guy that I ever met that actually was a fan of the show. And I didn't even think of him as a fan of the show. I just thought he was
I wasn't a fan at the time.
Right.
I just met you. Yeah.
He was a stalker, actually. I was a little worried. I made sure everybody knew of my whereabouts where I was going before I met Sean. All right, Ryan, you're up, man. Tell us a little bit of who you are and what you're doing.
Hey, I'm Ryan Bocross from Houston, Texas. Go Stros. I am here because of Sean Carpenter. So because of his sharing and all of that good stuff, he roped me into the fuckery. So here I am. I'm happy to be here, and I love what you guys do, and I think it's just a true testament of being nice and authentic. We'll get you places in the world. Might take you a while, but you'll get there.
We're still trying to figure it out. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Hey, Jenny, our newest Funkin' fan.
Hey, I'm Jenny Bellinger out of St. Louis, Missouri, and I became a Funkin' fan after the New Media Summit, and I got to hang out with Doug and learn all kinds of fun stuff from 40 amazing icons. It was so cool. But yeah, so I'm absolutely loving the show, having a great time. I was not a podcast person beforehand, and well, now my podcast virginity has been taken. It's wonderful.
we are glad.
Alice Square. She's in the Alice Square of our Brady Bunch Zoom meeting, and we took her podcast cherry.
Randall, Kenneth, Jones, share, man.
Marsha.
Randy, share who you are and what you're doing here, man. Hey, what's up, Justin? Justin got here. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Justin. We got the Brady Bunch now.
Totally got the Brady Bunch, Justin, man. Happy to have you here.
Oh, absolutely, guys. How we doing?
Doing great, doing great. We're going to get to you in just a second. Randy was just about to introduce himself. So, Randy, how did you get involved in this fuckery?
Well, for one thing, I'm the one person who knows Al Getler. Actually, I've met him. I actually know him. So I got all excited when somebody new was here. I'm the new kid on the block. I'm the new interviewer type guy.
Hey, you know when you're in those AAA meetings, you're not supposed to tell people you know each other. You're never supposed to admit you know each other.
So sorry.
AAA, it's AA, I believe, Sean.
That's actually that's if you drink in cars. That's when you talk to each other.
Yeah, Randy is the latest addition to the Nice Guys on Business interview lineup. Did a fucking amazing job on his first interview. Randy, you were not nervous at all. You just sounded like you were a seasoned pro when you did it. Nice job, man.
Well, Dave's so great, and I knew I'd be really comfortable with it. And finally, all my friends are so annoyed with all the name dropping I do. Well, now I get to do it some more. So
what's so great about it was when Randy posted his episode on Friday, he just tagged like all of his friends. I'm like, they're fucking going to see it, Randy, if you just post it on your page. You don't have to tag them to say, hey, look, you guys, I am somebody now. And Randy, just so you know, next time you ever post a press release, make sure you give them a link to our show rather than just tell them about the show.
Oh, well, I can do that. That went out last minute last week.
So, yeah, that's all cool. Randy, thank you.
Thrilled to be here. This is very cool. Thank you.
Hey, Mar, it's your turn. I got to unmute your audio. Oh, wait, I got to unmute you. Okay, Mar, who are you, man? It's ma'am.
I'm Mar. I'm just Mar. I'm just here listening.
Yeah, Mar sat in on an interview that I did last week as the executive producer. I think I was, Pat Flynn, when I did my Pat Flynn episode. And she's like, oh my God, don't unmute the microphone, Doug. Don't unmute the microphone.
Focus, Mar, focus.
So Mar is our executive producer, very humble. We would, Strick and I admit that we would actually be nothing without Mar as a part of our show. She is incredible. If there's ever a systems person to be systemized, she is the one. And we are so fortunate to have you, Mar, on our team. Thank you for being here.
So let me tell you a quick Mar story.
She's a rock star.
She is a rock star. A quick story when we met in person at Podcast Movement about 2 months ago. So I've got this letter that we send out to our turnkey podcast people. It's like, hey, here's our opening letter and here's introducing to and everything. And I'm like, hey, and Mar does like, technical writing and that kind of thing. And so like, this is what she does. I'm like, hey, Mar, can you take a look at this? She's like, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll work on this one. Yeah. It was that really sweet, total Mar style of, this pretty much totally sucks, but I could probably work with it a little bit in her incredibly polite way, which is what I love, because as anybody who listens knows, Doug and I, we want the honesty. I can't remember who it was at least 100 episodes ago who said, you don't want people who are going to praise you. You want people who are going to tell you what's wrong, because if nobody tells you what's wrong, you can't fix it. And so I love that, Mar. And I'm saying that in a good way, not a bad way. I mean, it's a funny story, but Mar, I'm telling you, when there's something that's bad, you don't need to hold back. We need to know, right?
We totally need to know. We love having Mar as a part of the team, and Anna is a part of our team also. So it's me, Strick, Anna, and Mar that are pretty much the internal team over here. Randy doing a lot of the secondary interviews. Randy, he's probably going to talk to you, Strickland, about actually getting on the regular schedule instead of just maybe once a month. I saw the tone of that email Randy sent me. He said, I heard Strickland say I'm only going to be able to come on once a month. I really have a lot in the queue. What can we do? And in my mind, I'm thinking we're fucking going to go to Saturdays is what we're going to do, Randy. But that's my master plan. Strickland doesn't know it yet. Let's not share it with him quite yet.
That sounds actually kind of funny. The nice guys get Randy on Saturday.
That's funny.
All right, Al, you're up, man. What's up?
Hey, I thought I already had an introduction, but again, Al from Vermont. I have been in the media business for a long time. Somehow I know I happened upon you guys. I heard the Gettimer episode. And then Doug, know your dad's work over many years. And that's how I ended up here. And found a home, man. As soon as the first bomb got dropped, man, I knew I was home.
Hey,
so
man.
you're just a relatively new listener then, if it's just since Gettimer. That's like a month or so, right?
No, absolutely. In fact, I was in Charleston when I heard. Charlotte, when I heard the episode, which is bizarre. I was just passing through, and I thought I should pop in on Gettimer, but didn't get a chance. I used to run his column in my newspaper. But so back in. What was that, a month ago? I became a fan, and I'm trying to get the back episodes done, but not easy.
We keep piling new ones on the top end, so it's really hard. Funny story about Jeffrey Gettimer, and I'll just share it really quick because I shared it one time on the show already, is that I met Jeffrey through LinkedIn. I just sent him a message asking him to come on the show. And I said, just to make the connection, I said, you might know my dad. My dad was Dave Sandler of Sandler Systems. And he said in the message back, he's like, here's my cell phone number. Call me.
Call me.
And I'm like, Jeffrey Gettimer wants me to call him. So I did. And then 2 weeks later, I think I was down in Charlotte and we were cutting an episode of Nice Guys and his Sell or Die podcast. And he's asking me all questions about helping him build his podcast audience. And I'm thinking, who the fuck am I to be able to say anything or give anything to Jeffrey Gettimer? But hey, man, the reality of it is we all need stuff in our life. And hey, did you get me any coffee, Ryan?
No, a refill, baby.
A refill. So anyway, that was my Jeffrey Gettimer story. So thank you, Al, for being here very much, and thanks for being a fan of the show. We appreciate your FunkN'fanery.
Absolutely. One more thing, I am Holdrum. You read my review from iTunes last week. Yeah, that was me.
Nice.
I don't know how the hell I got that name. That's the name of my middle school, but somehow I must have put that when I first joined Apple somewhere along the way. But
yeah,
I appreciate the reviews. That's the iTunes reviews that we read every once in a while. We appreciate it. If anybody else wants to leave an iTunes review, please do. We're at 202 now or something?
Yeah. Paul was the guy, the instigator of all of those. We went from 150 to 202 reviews in probably a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, and he did an amazing job of getting us over the 200 mark. So yeah, this has been an incredible month. All right, so Al, thank you again for your contribution. Justin, man, welcome. Justin has.
What's going on?
Justin, did we have you on the show yet? Or are you coming up on the show? I can't remember.
No, I'm on the back burner. I'm not part of the cool people group. So. You're even going to push me towards like after Thanksgiving.
Wait, well, when do you have a date? You already have an interview date?
I think I'm the day before Thanksgiving, and I almost chose that on your calendar just to kind of be like, all right, he's gonna not show up, and he's gonna give the date as the excuse.
Hey, Mar, when Justin's application comes through, can you make sure that you throw it away?
Editing that she saw, she's like, oh my God, the last thing I want to do is have this guy articulate himself.
So funny story about Justin. So I'm on vacation just this past summer in where the hell was I? I was in Charleston. I was in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm at the beach with my family, and a phone number that comes in that I don't know, and I'm thinking, shit, it's probably a telemarketing call, which it was because it was Justin. So it was a call that was coming in. So I picked up the phone, and I guess you were not expecting me to answer my phone or something.
I didn't know you were a real person. In today's day and age, you don't get that shit.
Right. So Justin and I end up having about an hour-long conversation just about life and all sorts of good things. And then so Justin, introduce yourself. Say what you do. I forget. You run a gym system, right?
I own a performance company. I work with athletes from 8 to 18, and then all of these, some of my college and my pro guys as well, helping them get to college through sports. My college guys, I work pretty in depth with the NFL Combine in preparation for them to get ready for their draft. Sean, I'm not going to even address you. I went to North Carolina.
Hey, wait. Did you actually have classes at North Carolina?
Let's
your classes, or were you an athlete?
South Carolina. So I wanted to kind of even out the playing field and just say, hey, listen, I wanted to let you know what I'm just a little bit above you. So I'm at the Gamecock. So I had to throw that out there.
He's going somewhere right now. There you go.
I'm a Gator. Say my daughter goes to South Carolina, so I pay to have my daughter attend Carolina. So I wear the.
It's okay.
things.
Everybody,
Right, but Sean, you live in Sean lives in Columbus, Ohio. That's Buckeye.
I live in the shadow of Ohio State. That's right.
Absolutely, that's crazy.
everybody makes mistakes in life, Sean. It's okay.
So Justin came on, or is coming on the show, and then I talked to him about turnkey Strick, but he can't afford it. So we decided we're going to go a different way with Justin.
Hey, Justin, good having you on the show. We'll see you later.
I'm going to rescind my review that I posted for you guys now. I'm going to make sure I take that.
Hey, we're not a fit for everybody. So Mar, when his application comes through for turnkey, also, could you just throw that one away? Also,
I think the key is this: it's not that you're too expensive. It's just that most people can't afford good work.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a difference in quality. And then where's the bandwidth of my time? So, I mean, I think we understand what direction we're going to go there, but you guys do an amazing job. And the hard part for us is just to be like, like you could only dress shit up so much to where it looks good.
That's
so
true.
You're going to get my audio. Like how much magic can you do with it? So we're still going to figure that out.
So before we move on, that was everybody here. So, but before we move on, I want to share that we do have the Nice Guys on Business or Turnkey podcast actually has a brand new show that we are going to produce. Oh, wait a minute, Virginia got here. Hold on a second. Hey, there, Virginia's unmuted. Virginia, you came in just in time. Justin was finished. right. So Virginia, wait, you introduce yourself so everybody knows who you are.
Oh, hey, I'm Virginia Muzquiz. I'm the referral diva and the chief connections officer at Master Connectors International.
Oh, that's good, because normally, unless we actually interrupt Virginia, she will just keep talking and talking and talking and talking. Oh, interesting story about Virginia. So yesterday, I sent out the links for the podcast for this episode. You know, I sent out the Zoom link. So I just went to the Zoom link to make sure that it was working and that all the admin was set up. And when I get in there, Virginia is already like rummaging around the room. She's already.
By the way, for those of you who are not watching this on Facebook or wherever we end up posting it, we were all laughing because Virginia just gave us all the finger within the minute we're jumping in.
Actually, I don't think Virginia realizes that the viewers can't see us, so you need to turn them up a little bit, Virginia. You got to turn them up. Yeah. You kind of came in sideways. There you go.
So this on Facebook Live. We could have been totally live on Facebook right now.
We could have hit our million download off the live.
Wait, how do you do this on Facebook Live? How do you do that?
So
yeah, there's an API
for you, go to bottom where it says share screen.
Share.
And then it'll probably bring up.
All right, hold on. Share screen, advanced sharing options, maybe.
Oh, dude. Doug, man, this is like every week we're going to be like recording our episodes on Facebook Live now. This is going to be really
cool.
Hold
on. Let me see. How do I do that? So I'm going to advanced sharing options, but I don't see that I can, who can share?
Wait, Doug, we can now see your Google search history. Turn that down.
You are welcome to.
Pornhub.
Well, wait a second.
My favorite
I have a browser
website.
open and it shows
I have.
me that I can.
Okay, so and did anybody figure out the screen sharing thing? It's okay if you don't have the Facebook Live thing. That's cool.
We're going to work on it for next time. We may actually start doing that on our regular episodes. By the way,
hey, Doug, get on that for the 2 millionth download.
Yeah, okay, that'll be like in 2 weeks, I think. At this rate, remember Strick? We did the 200. You guys all remember this? That were a part of the show at the 200th episode. Let's see. So I know that Sean was a part of the show at that point. I don't know if Mar, were you involved at 200? You weren't, were you?
Laura Cannon was there live.
Oh yeah, right.
You were listening at that point. So I think between me, Sean, Strick, and Steve O'Brien. Oh, where's Steve? We gotta get Steve. Somebody get Steve on the phone.
We need to interview him again.
So at 200, Strick, how long did we plan the 200th episode for?
Oh my God, ages. And then we realized this is way too much fucking work. We're not doing this again.
It was a lot of work, but look what technology has done. I don't even have to leave my fucking house right now in order to do episode number. What will this be? 500? Close to 500.
Yeah, pretty close. I'm going to forward this to Steve O'Brien right now. Maybe he can jump on.
Yeah, if you have any friends that are a part of the Nice Guy community, if you guys want to send the link, the Zoom link to them, you can do that. We'd love to have them on the show. So anyway, I was starting to say Turnkey, which has been doing amazingly well. Thank you, Mar, for all of your help with all of that. It's not because of me and Strick that Turnkey is actually doing well. It's because of Mar's management. But we just started a new show and producing a new show, and that show that's going to be produced that we're going to be producing is called The Vagina Talks. So I'm hoping that everybody is happy about the Vagina Talks being a part of the Turnkey process. That is Sophia Wise one. You guys remember her from the New Media Summit, Virginia and Jenny? You remember?
Oh yeah,
I love Sophia.
So
she's quite memorable.
Yeah, she was quite memorable. So Sophia and I had a conversation yesterday, and she is super excited to be welcomed into the fold. Pardon the pun.
Oh God, Doug.
So look at Randy's face. Randy, like you've ever seen a vagina, Randy.
I have. I have 2 kids, but I moved on.
Can I please get a fidget spinner for that show?
You could get custom condoms, apparently.
Oh man. Yeah. So are you guys all on board with the Nice Guys on Business custom condoms? Thanks for
absolutely.
Thanks
hysterical.
Thanks for coming on the Nice Guys. Thanks for coming on the Nice Guys?
Yeah, we need.
You better trademark that line too. By the way,
what was that?
You better trademark that line because someone will steal it. That's absolutely an amazing line.
Oh man.
Great line. It is a great line.
That's great. So we are excited to have Vagina Talks as a part of the lineup. And also this week, we now I don't have him penned in yet, but I'm going to mention him anyway because I like the guy. He's actually going to be a guest on the show. I think Tuesday's episode is going to be, is that Dwoskin's episode is on Tuesday, Strick? Do you know?
Let me pull up my OneNote here. I'm not sure. John Dwoskin, the 16th. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So
that's, well, wait a minute, 10/16. Now, how are we rearranging episodes? What's my calendar now?
So Monday will be this episode that we're doing right now.
Right.
And then Tuesday is going to be John's episode. And
okay, perfect. So Tuesday, he's tomorrow then.
I'm losing the, wait. Hey, Mar, did I send you the name of his show? I sent you the name of his show, didn't I? Yeah. Think Forward. His new show, we have a working title of Think Forward with John Dwoskin. I hope he doesn't mind I'm giving away the name of his show. He's already got the URL, so I don't think he'll mind.
Hey, Doug, like the Jerry Lewis Telethon, can you give us a live update on downloads right now?
Yes. Let's go to the leaderboard. Hold on a second.
Yes. So what do we got?
Hold on. Should I share my screen or should I just tell you?
No, just tell us.
996,306. So we'll definitely, it won't be tomorrow because we normally score about anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 downloads on the weekend days and somewhere around 5,000 now on the weekdays. So it will definitely be Monday.
Cool.
Sorry, Randy. I know you wanted it to be your Friday episode. We tried.
I wanted so bad to be the one who did it. So
we keep creeping forward, and it's just amazing just to look at the numbers. And I really do attribute a lot of that growth over the last couple of weeks for the New Media Summit because, I mean, Virginia, Jenny, how many of those people that were there do you think subscribed to the show?
Oh, probably.
I would hope at least 100 of them.
I would think it would. I mean, everybody that applied to come on my show, that was a part of the rules, right? Is you got to subscribe and listen to the show. So you're right. I think it probably was about 100 of those people. And
except for Nathan. Nathan was a listener. Now he's not anymore.
Yeah, he unsubscribed.
So
tell someone to fuck off.
Well, do you know what happened? So that Nathan was scheduled to come on the show, was scheduled to be on the show, and I don't know. I mean, I did have a conversation with him that day, and then he did not show up for appointment time. So, and that's very unusual. So of course,
I thought you said he actually canceled. He didn't just no show, did he?
No. So what happened was he was at, let's say the appointment was 11 o'clock. So at 11 o'clock, he's not there. So I replied to his invitation. I'm like, hey, Nathan, I'm waiting for you on Skype right now. And he sent back a message that said, yeah, we're having some electrical problems down in Austin. I'll reconnect with you when they're okay. And then I sent him a follow-up message and haven't heard from him. So I don't think he's mad at me because he seemed like he was okay at New Media, didn't he, guys?
Yeah, we all had dinner like the next night. We all sat around the table and he talked to you.
I was thinking he was okay with it. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I can't imagine he's got to have a thicker skin than that.
I think he does. I mean, he is the most the most sued podcaster known to mankind. So yeah, interesting.
Not shocking.
Strick, do you want to play any of these messages that we got? Or I mean,
I don't know that we can. Is there a way for me to dump the audio into Zoom?
Well, wait. If you share your screen, can't you then play audio?
We could do that, I guess. I love our whole Brady Bunch layout here.
We don't have to.
Virginia's in the Sam, the butcher in the bottom corner, the leftover, but that's okay.
Well, we don't have to go any. We don't have to go any
Did
further.
you just call me a leftover?
Well, it's like the leftover square. Hey, Virginia, show up on time, okay? And you don't have to be the leftover.
You know what? Here's the deal. I'm in Central Time, and like it's Eastern Standard. But I just want you all to know that I was like way on time. I was early. It was Doug that told me to go away and come back later. So
she was like a day early.
Central Time here. I'm Central Time too.
Yeah, Ryan's Central Time.
I was here.
And Mark, by the way, is Pacific Time. It's 7 a.m. there. Well, it's 8.
That's why she's still in bed.
Let's see if I can figure out how to play these from my screen, and you guys can see. Let's say share screen. We're going to share this. Oh, I could do it on the other desktop. Well, that'd be really cool.
Well, wait.
No, let's do it over here. I'm going to share that desktop, which is a screen I can't see. It's just a weird layout here. Now I got to move my light so I can actually see.
All right.
But I can move my OneNote over there. Oh, wait a minute. We got to close that. And we're going to move this. Technology is amazing.
Wow, this is good.
There we go.
Good. Don't show those special secret photos, Strick.
The thing is, I've already closed my browser. I'm experienced.
Hold on a second. Is that like a Dell 1998 computer?
Right. I know. Justin, it's.
I can guarantee it's not an Apple. Yes.
Doug has replaced his Mac 3 times since I replaced my 1998 Dell. Thank you very much. Okay, so which one am I playing?
Play Ryan's first. I like that top left one. Top left. No, I don't think.
All right, hold on. Let's change the volume here.
Oh wait, do I have to? Shit!
I need my girlfriend Ipanema music. You guys hearing that?
No. That's cool. Don't worry about it. That's all good. We have so many things that we can talk about aside from that. Like it's funny. Strick, we can't hear that. You're the only one that's enjoying it. You're the only one enjoying yourself.
For those of you listening in the car, fast forward 30 seconds.
Okay, forget all that. We're not doing audio right now. We'll figure that out.
Just unshare
If you're listening at 2 times.
Yeah.
Like Sean
This is a
Carpenter.
message. This is a message to future Sean. If you're listening to this episode, please fast forward 30 seconds.
Oh man. See, if you're listening in the Nice Guy community and you have not actually you're not participating in this, if you don't remember if you were here or not, you probably weren't here. This is the kind of stuff that we do, and we do it so well because we've practiced this so many times.
Yeah, can't you tell?
Oh god.
We're a tight show. tight fucking show. Hey, do we want to do the speed read of the topics?
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, let's do the speed read of the topics. You can't even spin the fucking wheel.
Oh wow! You're the one that wanted to Zoom. I got to figure out how to do it on Zoom.
Ryan is spinning the pretend wheel, which is our fidget spinner. Oh geez. All right.
It's so quiet because it's such a good fidget spinner.
It is a good fidget spinner. You're right about that.
Okay. Are we ready for the speed read of the topics?
Did we have any leftover topics from last week?
About 1 million, but we have plenty.
You know
of
what we could do? We could do. Hold on. Let's just forewarn them. Everybody that's on Zoom with us right now, give us one topic that you want. But just put it in the chat box. Just put the topic that you want us to talk about on the.
Because we don't have enough.
No.
Already.
What Strick?
By the way, we're 30 minutes into the episode.
No, this is going to be a long episode. It's too bad.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, we really need more topics. You think?
Let's not go with any of the topics that we have. Let's answer our FunkN'fans questions or topics. Let's fill in the blanks here. So if there's any topics that you want us to talk about or any questions that you have for either me or Strick, why don't we give this as an opportunity to actually answer the questions?
Okay, so this is our match game moment. The question is, what today's Nice Guys on Business topic should be
blank willow, blank a doodle do.
I need that long, skinny microphone.
I will go with Virginia's question first. Why do you love Jenny Bellinger more than me? Well,
damn.
It's obvious, Virginia. Jenny puts out.
Hey, Doug, I thought you said that your wife was a listener now.
I didn't say she puts out for me. I'm just talking about she puts out in.
Oh, we have
video recording.
It's Emerald Peaceful GreenForest. What's up, lady?
Hey,
Emerald.
Hey, girl.
A new media summit participant also. Wait, say it again, Jen.
I'm on my yoga mat. I just finished my journaling and I said, damn, I got to get on before they go off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, girl.
Emerald's my dance buddy.
Too.
Emerald, that's funny because Doug said I got to get off before I go on. So that's funny.
I wish I had my drum roll right now.
I got one. That's all we have is one question. Nobody has any topics for us.
Wait a minute. Now Emerald's got to introduce herself.
Emerald, say hi. Tell everybody who you are.
Hi, is that Strick?
It is. Hey, Emerald.
Oh, hey, Strick. I love the sound of your voice. I was excited. I'm excited to meet you, and I'm really excited to celebrate your 1,000,000th download. Like, how cool is that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love that.
996,000. Hold on, I can tell you. Let me give you.
So, Emerald, were you at the New Media Summit as well with Jenny and Virginia?
I totally was, and we danced our pants off together.
We did.
I'm not going to touch that one. I could have seen that. I would have liked. I'll just watch. I'm okay. I don't even need to join. I'm a married guy.
It was a total blast, and Doug, of course, led us through the Thriller routine, which
oh my god,
totally the bomb.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He's really awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So I'm really excited. And I got interviewed on Sunday night. Doug did my interview on Sunday night after I got out of a float tank. It was totally awesome. God only knows what I said on that interview.
I don't remember. It'll be airing sometime next June, I believe, Emerald.
I think I'm still floating.
Hey, here's a good question. Sean's got one. After 1 million downloads, who were your favorite? Who were a few of your favorite interviews? Jeez. Okay, I go back to this often. I would say, let's see. John Lee Dumas, I think, was probably the one that I was shit my pants over the most because that was early on in the process, and I didn't really know how to ask questions or listen to answers. And that's kind of after Strickland had said, "Listen, when you ask the question, you need to shut up for a moment and let them actually answer the question." So he was definitely he was a good one. Gittimer was definitely a good one too. That one aired just a month or so ago, I think. Jeffrey Hazlett, man, that was actually Jeffrey Hazlett. I would say of all of the guys that have actually come on the show that have changed my life the most, I would say that Jeffrey Hazlett probably was that because he introduced me to so many people, so many influencers in my life at that time, and did such a great job of helping me network in his group, the C-Suite Radio Group or C-Suite Network in itself. It wasn't necessarily because of the dollars that I paid to be marketed through his process, but actually just the affiliation with some amazing people. He introduced me to Lou Diamond, obviously. Strick, you know him, and everybody knows him. Lou Diamond is a great guy. Another great interview that we had on the show. Man, so many. And when my daughter Rachel was on the show, and my wife Danielle, and my son Adam, those were great shows too. Geez, there's not like one standout interview where I could say that made a huge difference to me. Like, oh my God, that changed the way that my style of interview. You know what was really the coolest thing though? The coolest thing is looking back, and again, I wish I could share I don't know how to do it. Let me figure out how to do a screen share here. Yeah, hold on a second. I want to show you guys something that's pretty cool if I can figure out how to do it. How do I get the screen share? Okay, let's do this. Screen share. Okay, are you guys seeing the show right now? Are you seeing the stats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you something that was so cool about what we've been able to accomplish, not because of any great guest that has come on the show, but because of you guys. Right here, April 12th, 2016. That's the day that everything changed for our show. That's the day that this spike, can you check out that spike and see what's happened with the show since then? I mean, that's a closer up view of what happened since that day.
Wow. Kind of like Bitcoin.
Say it again.
I said that's kind of like Bitcoin.
Is that
Right,
when Bitcoin's popularity and value went up through the roof?
Well, I mean, the scale is looking like what Bitcoin did.
Right,
So
the curve, the line.
Yeah, when we went through about 16 months of 90 downloads, 45 downloads, 70 downloads, 42, 23, 50, and then we started to get here, which started to be ridiculous. We started to go to the thousands, and then the cumulative effort of that. I mean, look at our monthly download numbers. This was back in March of 16. I could show you. Let me do a little bit more here. I'll go to 50 months. So
for those of you who are listening and not watching, which is probably I'm showing a long list of every month of how many downloads we have every month.
So we went from 900 downloads in the month of February of 2015 to our best month so far has been 96,000 downloads.
But to get all motivational speaker like that, most people quit at that flat line that you just showed us.
Yep.
And that's you're right there at the cusp, and look what happened. That's incredible.
We were too stupid to quit.
It probably wasn't April 12th, Doug. It was probably April 20th when we met, and that's when this.
Oh, that's so. that's very funny.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right. So that's been the transition from the show. So it comes down to, I think that was the month that we said, hey, let's do ourselves the justice, and let's fall in love with the people that are in our audience. And that's when all of you guys started to come out and show your support. And that's when, I mean, so many amazing things happened when I got on social media and started to engage those that are in our audience. And every time I go on a show and I talk about what's the secret to success in business, or what's the secret to success of this show, and it truly is, it's you guys. It's everything that it's engagement, it's social media, it's interaction, it's listening to what you guys want us to do. We joke about ad nauseum about how we don't get people to respond to anything, any calls to action that we go through. But the ones that respond are the ones that we listen to, and those are the ones that are important to us. And stuff like this today, I mean, shit, that's you guys are the gold. No fucking guest has ever built our audience to the size that you guys have built our audience.
Yeah, freaking Ariana Huffington and Dan Harris from ABC News and John Lee Dumas and Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, none of them made a blip on the radar. It's really all about the overall everything in the community, and you guys telling your friends and us realizing that we just need to be ourselves and not worry about should we curse or not, and should we come up with like detailed plans ahead of time of notes and what are we going to talk about. We just need to be us. It's been great.
Yeah, I love the question that Al just asked, followed to Sean, who are the top 10 reaches for the guests? I think that Strick probably just named 5 of those reaches for us. Yeah. I think that John Lee Dumas was definitely a reach for me. Gary V was a practice in persistency for me. I mean, the guy committed and canceled probably 7 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, so many times for me. And if you stay in the game, and then I got to be friends with his right hand man Tyler, Al. So what was really cool was when I connected with Tyler, I knew that I had the interview locked up. I can remember specifically where I was, just like I remember where I was when I was talking to Justin Kavanaugh on vacation last year. But when I was in Florida, I was having a conversation with Tyler, and I knew that Gary Vee committed to the show, but I also knew that he canceled so many times. And Tyler just said, just stay at it, man. He will come on your show. Just don't give up on me. And so
I thought Tyler's episode was a better episode than Gary's.
Totally.
Yeah. I love Gary, but I thought Tyler's was a better interview.
Yeah, Gary was episode 304, and then Tyler was I don't have his number in here. I have his name, Tyler Schmidt.
But I think, Doug, I think Al's question was which guests had the biggest spike of audience?
No, it was the reach thing. Who do you want to have on the future? Yeah, and I was going to be a wise ass and say who's Gary V, but I decided just to keep my mouth shut.
So Gary was a big reach. Ariana Huffington was a big reach, but she wasn't really that challenging for me to get on the show. I was already writing at that point for Huffington Post, so I had a connection inside, and then I just called her publicist when her book came out, and then just asked the publicist if she could help me, land that interview, and that was a good one. Dan Harris, again, not too challenging because to land as an interview because he just started, I think, 10% Happier, Strick. I think that was what he had just had come out.
So he's pushing the book, right?
And he was pushing the book hard. And at that point, we didn't have much of an audience, but he was into doing podcast interviews. Right. Who else was a big? Who the hell was? Trying to think who else was a big interview for us. Again, Jeffrey Gitomer, big interview, but an easy get for us because we had a connection through my dad. He wanted to participate in the show, so that made it easy for us. Think about who else was easy. Strick, have you arranged any interviews? Have you got any for us?
Yeah, can I say something, Matt? One thing about you mentioned books and book because people always interview when they have a book out, right?
Right.
What I love about what you guys do is you get like beyond the book. And we have a good human moment. We have a lot of fun. And you dissed my man Howard Stern the other day, but that's the thing I love about Stern. And by the way, you said something about New Jersey, douchery or something, whatever. And
that was Strickland did that, right?
Well, okay, I'm born and raised there, but he's not from Jersey; he's from Long Island, technically. But I think what you guys do with these guests is you get beyond the book and the same freaking interview they give to every other podcast. You guys have some fun and show their real side. So I love that. So
hey, do you know, Al, that and maybe it's been on the show, but I don't know, where you've tuned in or not. Jackie the Joke Man is actually going to be a guest a week from.
I heard that.
A week from Wednesday, and he was a great guest. I went up to New York to actually interview him. Lou Diamond put that connection together for us, and what a cool guy. I mean, literally, I'm looking at my phone. He's probably sent me 37 text messages just in the last 3 hours alone. He's a very connected. He loves staying connected, and technology for him is all about the phone. Actually, today's episode, Strick, we should try to edit in a Jackie the Joke Man joke moment.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. He actually is doing. We now have on the Tuesday and Thursday shows, the ones or Monday and Thursday, I guess this week. We're going to edit in. He's done a nice guys Jackie the Joke Man joke of the day. So he's done the intro, he's done the joke, and then we've done the outro as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he was definitely a good get. Let's see, what was some other questions here?
I want Mike Rowe. I want to try and get Mike Rowe. Anybody have any connections with Mike Rowe?
So no. I had a connection through my brother because my brother's in the local media here in Baltimore, and he has a connection to Mike Rowe, but he hasn't responded to any of the. Randy, do you have any connections with Mike? Oh wait, I got you muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. There was somebody typing and it was
Doug's muting everybody.
Sorry.
That was Sean.
Sorry. That was Sean typing.
I was trying to reach up and mute him, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I guess you had controls, but that's okay. He's done now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you said that, and but my mind started buzzing. I'll work on it. Let's see what I can come up with.
Yeah, that would be a great interview. Yeah. Yeah, and you would be a great guy to interview him too. I mean, I'm happy to interview the guy, but I think your connection with him would be outstanding.
I'll take that as a challenge, and let's see what I can come up with. Let's see if I can name drop my way to that one.
Hey, so Ryan's got a good question. What was the most awkward nice guys moment, and was it edited? Strick, have we ever edited out any awkward moments?
There's almost nothing I can think of that we've edited out.
I can tell you what was a really challenging moment for us though.
What's that?
And this will be an easy one to chat about because I don't think hopefully she doesn't listen to the show, or I couldn't imagine she listens to the show anymore. We did the I don't even remember her name anymore. She was an advertiser for us. And
the Munchies, the 200th episode Munchies.
We trashed your product. Well, we didn't trash your product directly. we basically said we can't believe that the product looks like this because it's just for such a delicious product, it looks so ugly.
We were just playing straight like we always do. I mean, basically she had these all natural, like, gluten-free handmade snacks and they looked like a little ball of dirt or something, right? Really, we were like, hey, don't be put off by the way this little freaking ball of dirt looks because it's incredibly delicious. And she's like, that is so offensive. I can't believe you trashed my product. I'm like, I'm saying how great it tastes. What are you talking about? I mean, I just call it like I see it, right?
That was, so it was an awkward moment, not on the air because Strick and I didn't realize what we were doing at the time. Not that we realized what we're doing it ever anyway, but at that particular time, it wasn't unusual. It was the phone call that I got afterwards. So that was a really awkward few moments for me. And I had several follow-ups and then she's like, can you go back and edit out can I go back and let's say that Ryan he downloaded the episode, can I go retrieve Ryan's download? I'm like, no, I can't fucking take back what we've said. It's already done. I'll apologize on the air and we'll not run the commercials anymore, but there's nothing I can do. And by the way, you had never paid us, so because you hadn't paid us, there was no consideration exchange, so I can say anything I fucking want about your product. So that was a good one. Let's see. How has doing the show changed you? Oh my God. Great question, Jenny. So Strick, how has it changed you?
I don't sleep anymore. I didn't sleep much before, but now I don't sleep at all. I like to stay busy. And as most of you know, I work a day job. I work the band on the weekend. In fact, as soon as we finish up, I'm going to go get ready for my wedding tonight. I played at corporate party last night. I got in at 2:00 in the morning and here I am. But I love the community and I love meeting the people. And I love, Doug and I have known each other for 15 years, right? But we've been like casual friends. It's like,
are you going to beep that out? For how many years that we've known each other?
But like we hang out and we get along great when we hang out, but we'd hang out every couple of months. And so now we talk every week and it's just been kind of amazing, but just, oh my gosh, the things, the possibilities, just everything about it. It's been great. This whole Turnkey podcast thing has been amazing. I mean, there's no way we ever would have thought about doing Turnkey podcast if we weren't doing a podcast for 3 years.
Yeah. I would say it's changed my life because I finally can see what that next step is that I'm going to be doing in my life. I before I did this, I mean, I've been a bar mitzvah DJ for the last years of my life since 19. And I think I started doing bar and bat mitzvahs, and then I started doing them.
That I'm going to beep out.
Oh, okay. So now I've done, I've been doing them for I don't know, some odd years, and I've done 2,000 bar and bat mitzvahs plus in my career, and so at when you're gonna have to beep that out too, Strick. A few years ago, I said I got to figure out what is that next step in my life. I got to figure it out, and we didn't really know. So I wrote this book, and Nice Guys Finish First, and then I said to Strick, we need a promotional tool for the book. Let's do a podcast? And he's like, yeah, that's great, but I have one question. What's a podcast? Or something like that. I mean, neither one of us had you ever listened to any podcast before that, Strick?
Yeah, sure. And Doug, you got everybody muted. So, your reaction there, everybody was laughing. Unmute everybody.
I just didn't know. I just wanted everybody to be able to do what they needed
Sean
to do.
Starts typing for like 15 seconds and now everybody's got to be muted.
Do I need to unmute Virginia? She's not sitting in her chair.
Okay, Virginia, you don't have to unmute because she's not at her table. All right, maybe her cat will jump up and say hi. I don't know. But
and Ryan talks ad nauseum. You sure I need to unmute him?
I mean, that was the joke. That look, I know what podcasts were, and I had listened to podcasts, but I wouldn't say that I was like a regular podcast listener. I'd heard them before, but I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I think it'd be fun. So, but yeah, that's really I'd listen, but I was not like, oh yeah, and it took us a long time to figure out what the hell we were doing.
Right.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we still are trying to figure it out. And then Turnkey came along, and when we started working with Turnkey or trying to develop this business of teaching what we didn't realize was, and I'm not saying this from any ego role, but what we didn't realize was this show is fucking good. I mean, it's actually a good show. I'm saying that because I'm looking at everybody's like numbers and I'm talking to other podcasters and stuff, and I'm realizing that I don't have the magic formula. My magic formula, if there is anything in my head, it was the engagement of you guys in the community. And maybe that's the missing link between everything that's going on. So when we started to look at our numbers and then compare them to what the world is doing from podcasts, and we realized that most of the world stops podcasting around, I think, Sean, you said it earlier, 10 or 20 episodes or something like that? and so we've had this podcast for now almost 3 years, almost 500 episodes, 1 million downloads, 100,000 a month coming on, 200 reviews, and we just are like, holy shit, we've actually got our hands on like gold. And so we realized people started to ask us how to do this. We have to turn that into a business. And then Mara, thank God, Mara came into our life as our rescue for that. And then she's like, she is such a great systems person. I mean, Mara, I know you don't want to take any responsibility for anything, but for us, you've kind of helped focus us. focus. So I would say that has definitely changed my life. Let's see. Sean also. Ryan, I guess most awkward was. Oh yeah, Lolly Daskell. That's right.
Lolly Daskell.
Yeah, man. Lolly would not stop talking about her book. She just what was it, Sean, about her that made that feel awkward?
Everything was so forced, and it was all
me.
Yeah, right.
But what's so interesting about Lolly, and I've had many conversations with Lolly before and after that. I think she was just so focused on her book that I don't know. At the time, it felt like she was really pushing, and I didn't know how to push back. I mean, it wasn't like who was that other guy? That guy that I got in an argument with on the air?
Ryan, the hardcore closer dude.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a tough one for me at the time. But yeah, Lolly, she's a great person, and she's so knows her shit. I think she was just in close mode, and that made it a little bit challenging.
Yeah, Ryan Stewman was the other one.
Ryan Stewman, right?
It was on 619, but I don't have the episode number. That's weird. But it was interesting with Lolly because you had a conversation with her that you recorded before you started recording, right? 5 minutes you're talking to her, and she was really fun and really casual. And like as soon as you hit record, it was like she was in work mode. You know? I mean, it was like she's giving you the same interview that she gave everybody else.
Yeah. Who's got the fucking dog in their backyard?
Virginia. It's Virginia. Mute her.
Oh, Jesus. Virginia. Yeah.
Maybe Virginia's falling down and that's Lassie trying to call for help.
Virginia's falling down. She can't get up.
Oh, God.
Let's see. What's another one? Serious question. Other than the shows you produce for Turnkey and Nice Guys on Business episodes, what other podcasts do you enjoy? I'll tell you a show that I've just been turned on to that I really enjoy. Do you guys listen to The Daily? Anybody listen to The Daily?
No.
Yeah, it's a New York Times. I've eliminated 7 or 8 years ago when I got divorced, whenever it was, 7 years ago. I removed like television from my life, newspaper, and a whole bunch of other stuff, including my ex-wife. But not that I enjoy her company now. She's very nice and we're very good friends. But when I moved into on my own, I just from an expense standpoint, I eliminated news from my diet completely. So TV, radio, everything. Recently, I was introduced, I think from my current wife, I was introduced to The Daily, and The Daily is New York Times. Michael Barbaro, I think is his name. Barbaro just does a really good job, like 15 minutes at a time, just sharing the most relevant topics of the day, and I enjoy that one. I don't think I listen to anyone as regularly as The Daily.
You do. We Have Concerns, right?
I haven't listened to that probably in 3 or 4 months, though.
It's so funny. Like you'll interview people and I'll be like, man, these seem really interesting. Like I'm looking at my Stitcher subscriptions right now. Right. But it's like, Sell or Die I've got on here now with Jeffrey.
Right.
We Have Concerns I've tried to listen to and I just can't get into it. But like Noah Kagan, like it's on here. I never listen.
Yeah.
Really. Entrepreneur Success. I don't even remember who that is, but that was somebody you interviewed and I never listened. The ones I listen to all the time, 500 by Midnight, which I talk about all the time. That's like Vegas, right? Dan Savage Love Cast. Any of you guys listen to that?
No.
I mean, it's like it's relationship advice, but man, it's just you ought to check out one episode. I freaking love that one. I listen to that religiously. Mike Rowe, The Way I Heard It. Have you guys heard of his?
Great episode. Never missed one.
Oh my God. The Way I Heard It, it's like 5 to 10 minutes long and he tells a story. It's oh my God. The Way I Heard It is just freaking brilliant.
Hey, Strick, when you're listening to that, tell me you're not trying to guess who it is.
Totally. Every time.
Through.
Is that like, it's kind of like Paul Harvey used to do, and now you know the rest of the story.
Very similar.
That's
yeah.
exactly.
Like his one on Jim Morrison, his one on Harry Houdini, halfway through you're like, I have no idea what he's talking about. And then it ties in at the end, and Alice Cooper, I'm sure you got that one really quick.
Oh yeah.
Strick, yeah.
No, but that's such a good show. I love that. But really, that's it. That's the only ones I listen to.
Hey, how about you guys? Give me your top. If you had to pick one podcast, obviously aside from the Nice Guys on Business, if you had to pick one podcast that you'd recommend, here's a good shot to do that. Who is it? Anybody?
So I just listened to Jay Wong, the Interchange Maker, and I really like the format of how he did his podcast because he had just a tiny little interview clip with somebody, and then he kind of bounced off of that and talked a little bit about what he was hearing, and it was really short. It was like 9 minutes, and he was done.
That's an interesting form. That's an interesting format. Doing like just instead of doing an entire interview, just doing like a paragraph worth, or a soundbite, and then talking about the soundbite. I'm assuming his interpretation of the soundbite.
Yeah, it was like tapas. It was great.
That's a good way of saying it. Hey, how about you, Jenny? What's in your podcast player?
Basically every icon from New Media Summit right now. I'm trying to go through and listen to them as I get ready to get on their shows. I'm not even kidding you. Before I went to New Media Summit, there was one podcast I ever listened to, and that's because I got credit for it. I'm not kidding you. It's a great podcast. It's the BNI official podcast because I'm a BNI member to grow my business, and so I listened to that to become a better networker. But past that, it didn't even occur to me I should go look for other ones because I was like, I'm a mom, I'm running a business, I'm trying to network.
Right.
So but I've really become a big fan. I like positive productivity with Kim Sutton. She's one of the icons who was at New Media Summit, and I love just the little chunks of information. And I'm just a naturally positive person, so I was like, "Ooh, positive's in the title. I'm going to love it."
Nice. Hey, how about you, Ryan?
So there's another show that's got just as much fuckery as you guys. It's kind of like a sports and real estate show. I can't remember what it's called. Sean, do you know what that one's called?
Is it called the Stare Down Cast?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Stare Down.
Yes, that's Sean's show.
About his. So that's his show. That's a big one. And then Brett McKay, The Art of Manliness. That's I love that podcast. It's a really good one. And then I don't know. There's some Tim Ferriss show, something on here that I
don't star his show. Don't star his show. Whatever you do, don't star it. We're only one. I think
I only listen to that one on iTunes.
Yeah,
that's okay. Good. Don't listen on Overcast. Don't download on Overcast. Don't even look at it on Overcast.
How about you, Sean?
You guys turned me on to Alyssa Dare Nelson. Maximize Your Strengths. I've really gotten into hers, and I really like that.
Nice. We'll have to let her know that. That's very cool. Thanks, Ryan. Sean.
Al, who do you like to listen to?
Oh, Al, go ahead, Al.
I'm going to just throw out one that's a short series that I just listened to from the LA Times. It's called Dirty John. And I just did a huge drive, listened to a lot of your back episodes, and then covered that. And I really, really liked what they did with that story.
Cool.
Sean?
Yep.
Guys, I'm a podcast freak. I subscribe to about 40 or 50 different podcasts. I regularly during the week listen to about 25 during the week. Yours is the first one I listen to every day by far. The two that I'll throw out, the Art of Manliness, Brett or Ryan is a great one. Art of Charm, one of your guests.
Oh yeah, I did mean to mention him. Yeah, he was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I went through this drill before he came on the show, but that was cool.
Yeah, but when I heard him on that show, he comes across the first time you listen to him as kind of a know-it-all dick, and after a while, you just kind of know that's just that's who he is. But I think he's really genuine, and he did one of his listener reader mail ones on Fridays. I forget what it's called, but they basically his listeners call in. And he did it. He and his co-host did it while they were drinking, and so it was very genuine. I like building
kind of like the opposite of us. People listen to us and they think these guys don't know anything, and if you listen long enough, you realize we know a little bit of something.
Right. Building a story brand with Donald Miller, who's
that's a great one.
Yeah, he's out of Nashville. Great guests. And then the Entree Leadership, Ken Coleman, who works with Dave Ramsey's group. It's a blend of entrepreneurship and leadership, and so it's always a great. A good message there. But if anyone ever needs podcast suggestions,
Sean's got a few in his bailiwick.
The Unpodcast, Ryan knows Scott Stratton.
I was about to bring that one up too.
Unpodcast with Scott Stratton out of Toronto. He basically just talks about bad customer service stories or good customer service stories that are happening around the globe. And then I got a bunch of sports ones. Malcolm Gladwell's revisionist history is very well put in.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one.
Very well produced, and always learn something on that one. And then if you guys haven't heard Shit Town or Serial, I mean, those are two of the best.
Oh yeah, Serial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Two of the best storytelling ones. Like for Al, if you're gonna be in the car for a long time and you want to download the whole episode of Shit Town, I think it's 7 episodes, but you will not want to stop to go to the bathroom or get gas because it's.
Oh, I did it already. It's just a great podcast. It really is.
I noticed that no one has mentioned Guys We Fucked as a part of it. nobody listens to that podcast at all. Yeah, I'm still trying to get those girls to come on our show. It
was so funny. I really enjoyed it. The first couple episodes,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just total fuckery, right?
Yep.
But then I'm like, it's just a little too rambly and too, I don't know. I couldn't stick with it.
Like this episode.
Yeah, kind of like that. Hey,
pretty much.
Hey, Randy, what about you? What podcast you listen
This
to?
won't surprise you. Get-em-er. And you know why?
Why?
I know I told you this. Literally, I started reading
Oh,
him.
that's right.
And I read his work and thought, oh, wow, you can be funny and entertaining and write about business. And up until then, everything I'd ever read was a snooze fest. And I've said this to you, and he knows it now too. If it wouldn't have been for him, I wouldn't have ever written a word. He made me.
That's
the
great.
man made me.
That's awesome.
His influence absolutely made me who I am.
That's very cool. Thanks, Randy. Hey, how about you, Emerald? What podcast you listen to?
Well, I think I said something about Jay Wong's at the beginning.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
I was the one who started you off.
Yeah, you started.
So.
You started. Hey, Mar, how about you? What shows do you listen to? You listen to a lot, don't you? Wait a minute. I got to unmute. You keep muting yourself, Mar. Hold on. Let me there. You're unmuted.
Sorry. Yeah, I've been listening to Jim Quick's Quick Brain lately. He's so cool. And then, of course, Noah Kagan, his podcast.
Doug's Crush. Doug's Crush,
right?
Maybe I misread that. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Of course. Pat Flynn, all those. Amy Porterfield's podcast and Michael Stelzner's social media marketing. So there's a bunch.
Yeah.
But even Park Howell, I was listening to him before he came on the show too. So I knew about him. I love them all.
Thanks, Mar.
But yours is the first one I listen to in the morning. I wake up and I listen to it. So I'm just like Sean. Yeah, baby.
Mar, you get ready to get really super busy up in the upcoming weeks. Are you ready for that? We've just brought on 2 new clients. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay now.
Mar's like, I'm all right. So, Strick, what next direction do we want to go in? How far into the episode? Are we an hour and a half?
We're an hour in, and we probably need to wrap up at some point here.
Need to wrap up.
We have more to do, and we have intros to do, and we have events to play. You playing a wedding tonight?
No, I'm actually I'm off tonight.
No mitzvah, no nothing.
No, nothing. I'm just hanging. I'm actually going to meet my wife. I'm going to take the metro down to downtown DC and go get something to eat. Hey, Mar, I still have your money right here, Mar. I keep it on my microphone for good luck. I do.
Is that a dime bag of acid? What was that?
No, it was. Can I share the story, Mar, or you tell me I'm not happy?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so when we started our Patreon account, patreon.com/niceguys, by the way, Mar did not want to send money through the Patreon system. So she was so kind and generous, and she sent a very nice gift to both Strickland and I have, but she made it really creative. She created these little rings. So
wait, put it on your pinky.
Oh yeah, I probably could put it on my pinky.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, which is most of you, Doug is now putting his pinky ring of a $100 bill onto his finger.
So that's very good. And I keep it on my microphone, and every time I see it, not only do I think of Mar, but I think about the amazing community of FunkN'fans that we have. I'm telling you, you guys, this would not be anywhere near as fun if it was just me and Strickland doing this, because I don't even like them that much. So.
Which is why we do the show remotely from 40 miles away from each other every.
Pretty much. But I am going to meet Strickland in Columbia, Maryland on Monday, the day that this is airing, so that I can celebrate our 1 millionth download. So, by the way, just so everybody knows, we are now at 996,427 downloads.
Nice.
Which is how different from the last time you announced
about 120. Yeah.
120 more? Is that what we've gotten since we've been recording?
I think so.
So close, so close.
We are so close. We will be over the edge on Monday, and it's a good thing because I have no idea. I can't keep track. I go to the analytics like literally 17 times a day, if that. I mean, more so than that.
As many times as I've told Doug that it doesn't matter, he still goes back there 17 times.
I know.
What do they say about watching a pot of water boil or something?
Right.
Yeah.
A watched pot never boils.
I can remember we
They're
originally.
asking for a recount.
Sean is now holding up a visual. What is that from?
The hanging Chad.
The hanging Chad visual.
It's so fucked up.
So not only a visual, but a probably dated reference that many will not understand.
Well, wait. Does this share? Does this episode actually have value to be aired on Monday? What does everybody think that this is? I mean, is it just complete, disorganized mess, or you guys think it's okay for everybody to listen back on this?
The sad thing is, I'll listen to the whole thing. That's the saddest thing.
Absolutely.
Doug, I don't even know why you're asking.
And if you post the video, people will watch it. Yeah.
Right, like would we do it again if everybody said it was total crap? No,
but should we kind of pull off to the side and maybe have a little sidebar and just kind of interrupt with like segments of this, or should we play this? Is this our episode? I'm okay with this being our episode.
You realize that like taking pieces of it out,
that would require work.
Not gonna happen.
That would require work. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's.
I think it's worthy. I totally think it's worthy of the celebration. It's off the chain celebration. It's 1 million downloads, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Virginia,
It's like
hey Virginia, you can unmute Virginia now. She's back.
Virginia,
you look like rested. And did you change? Like, did you shower or something?
No, I'm still in my pajamas, guys. It's Saturday, man.
She was.
No, I was gonna type in the little thing, and I knew where you guys were gonna go with it. My husband was calling me and said, "Can you come down here? I need a hand." But I knew where that was going to go. So I just stepped away.
Ryan is happy about that.
Yeah.
Slow clap. Ryan with a Brubaker slow clap.
I knew it.
And so, I mean, it really
and
didn't
then you were going to talk
all
about
that
it while
long,
I wasn't
right?
here to defend myself.
True. You're Virginia, you're obviously have been listening long enough that you know us relatively well. Yes.
Dude, I had dinner twice with Doug. It was enough to know.
True. Very true. Very true. So wait, I want the final word to be on you guys. Can you share a moment? I know some of you are much more newer listeners than others. Can you share a moment that you have listened to in the course of listening to our shows that you could pinpoint and say, oh my gosh, when you guys talked about tightening up the national parks, or when you guys whatever it was, you did the condom commercial for personalizing your condoms. Are there moments like that you can recall?
Me.
All right, Jenny, go.
Okay, so as I'm leaving the New Media Summit, I'm sitting in the airport in San Diego going, okay, I got to download some of these shows so I can listen to them. And the first thing I see is the episode about the come and go.
Nice.
Yes.
For people who don't know, that's the chain of gas stations in Iowa and northern Missouri, and I went to school in northern Missouri, so I was like, I gotta listen. And then y'all didn't fucking talk about it in the episode.
Oh,
that
right,
I downloaded.
right.
So I had to wait till I got off the plane in St. Louis to listen to the one where you actually told the story.
Yeah, we teased that for like 2 days, Strick. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We teased
Yes,
that.
we did.
I would tell you, ironically, I went to my first come and go in Casper, Wyoming, the week that happened, and I'm taking pictures for my daughter because she can't believe the name of the freaking chain.
Sean is showing on the screen the pictures of the come and go.
I have to go flip my screen. Sean, show them again.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Any other live moments that you guys remember that you can recall that were inspirational for you?
The whole airport thing, Doug. Like the whole airport thing, because I too have an amazing, like, I'm in the air and the captain gets on and he goes like, well, passengers, we got a little situation here, not quite enough fuel to get us to St. Louis, so we'll be dropping down and can't, like, I was like, oh dear God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be there's test engineer Tom right there.
Yeah, Sean is now holding up a picture of us with test engineer Tom, which it'd be great if he was like, everything is fine. By the way, is there anyone here who knows how to fly a plane?
Yeah. So, I mean, I got a whole stand-up comedy routine. It's a 10-minute comedy routine on the whole airport thing. So the whole time you were talking about the airport and you're at the wrong terminal and you're, oh my God, I was dying. It was dying.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Doug, I'm just scrolling through. We've had a group text, me, you, and Strickland motherfucking Bonner. That's what it says in my phone. So when I get a text message, it comes from Strickland motherfucking Bonner.
Right.
And I go through this text thread could keep me laughing for hours. Because I'm the kind of guy that when I'm listening to the show and I want to scream at Doug about something, I'll send them a text to the both of them. They know I'm listening.
In other words, while you're listening to an episode, as if you're having a conversation with us, right? Like
6:13 in the morning, and I'll send a text saying, "How can Doug not know that is from Airplane?"
You don't know that Doug is an idiot. That's why Doug doesn't know anything.
Very funny.
Anybody else chime in?
Well, the condom discussion was absolutely tops. I mean, when I heard that, I'm like, okay. I mean, I just love these guys and the brainstorming going on here is unbelievable for our podcast. But I think also when I heard the first F-bomb, I'm like, this is refreshing. This is what we need. So good stuff.
Thank you.
I'll remember a moment.
Whoops, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead, Alice. That would be you, Ryan.
Thanks. So I remember the first time my wife saw the Slack notification come up on my phone, and it said "Fuckery Center."
Fuckery Center. Oh wait! Everybody does.
What the hell is this?
If you guys don't know about the Slack group, all you need to do is just put in the chat box over there. If you're not a part of Slack and you want to be a part of our Slack group, just put in the chat box your email address, and I will add you to our Slack group so you can enjoy part of the conversation. The Slack group is just an app. It's just a scrolling text. It's a scrolling distraction for your day. Okay.
Yeah, and the problem was I tried to tell her that it was a good thing. These are business owners. This is networking. We're talking and she's like, "Oh, really? Awesome!" And then she starts watching some of the notifications come up one day. She's like, "What? That's not business shit. Like, you guys are crazy. What is this? Who are these people?"
At first, she thought it was like a Tinder or Grindr type of app.
Yeah, probably, right? Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this?
Oh gosh. Mar, you've been listening for a long time to the show. Is there any moments
I think Emerald had a moment.
Emerald. Oh, is you're back. She left for a second, but she's back. Go ahead, Emerald.
I'm back. Yeah, my phone's about to die. So I really loved the episode where you were actually in the hotel room at the Paradise Point and you were doing the show before you were going to get ready to stand up and vet 150 people.
Oh my God, yes.
Crazy. And you talked about how you told the guy on the stage to fuck off. That was good. Because that was really good. I was there when you did it. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, we only tell the truth here on the show.
Yeah.
Mar, how about you? Come on, share a moment. I can tell you my favorite Mar moment on the show. Not only is come on, guys, focus. It's actually having her participate in the interview with Pat Flynn at the same time, and that was awesome for me. I loved putting Mar in a position where she actually had to speak to somebody.
Yeah, you were embarrassing me big time. I was like, I'm in listen mode. I didn't even have my good microphone. I was like, am I supposed to talk?
Yeah, that's right. She was caught off guard. Any other good moments for you on the show, Mar?
Oh, there's too many. I just remember driving to work and I'd be by myself and I'd just laugh out loud because you guys just cracked me up. And I was like, how are they doing this? I'm laughing out loud in my car like a fool. And I just had to keep listening. It's nothing one specific thing. It's just all the time. So it just made my morning. And again, my commute was so bad that I really needed you guys and it just distracted me and kept me company. So
very cool. Very cool. Now we're glad to be a part of everybody's commute. If you listen to us while you drive in your car, thank you for taking us along with you. We love that.
It's perfect.
On a practical note, Doug, I wanted to thank you and Strickland. I listened to the episode yesterday where you were talking about like project management tools and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that was like, it wasn't like crazy funny, but it was crazy useful. So somehow during fuckery, you somehow came up with like something really fucking useful that I'm actually going to do.
Every once in a while,
for improving my processes.
Moments of brilliance are sometimes what's the word I'm searching for?
Intersected.
Yeah, interspersed with fuckery. That's right, interspersed.
Hey, Virginia, it's like watching Discovery Channel during sex. You can learn something during fuckery, right?
And every squirrel gets a nut.
I need my goddamn
Oh God, Randy, how about you, man?
Speechless.
okay, I'm still a little bit more new to it, but I will say, and this is gonna, I don't want to be too serious. What I really do love is that you guys are so real, and it's not a moments. It's that there's such a high degree of authenticity. Your friendship's real. You go with it. You'll record anywhere. It's not pretentious. And I think that has a lot of appeal when people just, we go with the flow. This is who we are. This is what our platform is. But I think people believe it. And there's so much out there right now that I don't think people do believe.
Yeah.
And I really do applaud you guys for I truly do. And I'm very honored to be a part of it. So sorry, I didn't mean to bring it down. And
No,
get
all
serious.
good.
Well,
That was
it's funny.
perfect.
I have to go get some
True. I think
Kleenex.
everybody here would agree. Yeah. I mean, it's just authentic and real. And I think
And so it is. So as one of the few people that have actually sat with both Strick and Doug together, we had beers. They are legitimately the same assholes in person as they are.
That's pretty much it.
They are the same. They are the same.
Yeah, we totally are the same. We've had a chance to hang out with mostly everybody. That's a lot of people that are here, right? Let's see, Yeah, we've had Al. I haven't hung out with Al yet.
I know. I got to get down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Al, come see us at the New Media Summit in April, and you can hang out with like a whole bunch of us.
And calendar.
Off. Dance your pants off.
Dance your pants. Yeah,
And dance your pants
There
off
you
with
go.
me and Jenny and Emerald.
we are
There you
gonna.
go.
So Strick, any final words before we wrap up? Because we'll get everybody at the same time to say Steve O'Brien, take us out of here. So
I love that. No, we got to wrap it up. We're like an hour and 15 in or something. And yes, we need to wrap this episode up. But I love you guys, and I'm so glad everybody could join. I mean, this has been really, really cool. This is a great idea, Doug. Just inviting the world. I love it.
Yep. It's very cool. All right, so everybody, never underestimate the power of nice. On the count of three, let's all say Steve O'Brien, take us out of here. Here we go. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was horrible.
We're going to leave it in anyway. It's all right.
Bye, guys.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien.
Hi, it's Aaron Levy. I was on the show about 3 months ago and had a blast having a conversation with Doug about millennials in the workplace and families, and really had a good time. And so I'm super excited that you guys have reached 1 million views and downloads, and congratulations. You all deserve it. Take care.
My mind is blown. Doug, 1 million downloads. I am in awe. Kevin Cruz here, host of the Lead X show, and I was on number 72 way back then when we were both a bit younger. You were interviewing me about my book, 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management, and I just remember that you did your homework. It was a great conversation, not one of those boring canned interviews. And you were a really nice guy. So congratulations on an incredible milestone. Podcasting, everybody's getting into it, but most people bail after like 10 episodes. So to have almost 500, to have almost 1 million downloads is an incredible success. And look forward to chatting with you again when you hit 2 million downloads, which should be real soon.
Hey, this is Lou Diamond from Thrive Loud. Congratulations to Doug and Strickland for having the Nice Guys on Business podcast reach 1 million downloads. That's a hell of a lot of funk and fan fuckery. Keep thriving loudly, onward and upward, and here's to the next million. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
Wow, 1 million downloads, almost 500 episodes. That's a couple of thousand listeners per episode. These guys aren't nice guys. They're amazing guys. Congrats, both Doug Strickland, Mike Koala, CEO here at Social Quant. And I can't believe you guys are approaching episode 500. I remember talking to you guys back in episode 117 and 118, not only about Twitter marketing, but more importantly, digital marketing. And I've got to say, it's been a year and a half, and digital is only getting better. I had a blast talking to you guys about what to look for, not tactics, but more importantly, the strategy of what an individual business owner should be doing when taking a look at digital and their business. It's been great. Guys, congrats on 500 episodes, and I can't wait for your next 510 million downloads. Congrats. Take care.
Hey, Doug and Strickland. This is Igal from Unlock the Leader. And I want to first thank you guys for having me on the show. It was one of my favorite interviews. You guys are both funny, smart, and nice. But I want to congratulate you for 1 million downloads. That's incredible. That's insane. And what an accomplishment. To another million to the both of you. Love you, and thanks.
Hey, Doug. Dennis here with the 5 Minute Bark Podcast. Podcaster to podcaster. What an amazing feat, reaching 1 million downloads. I can only imagine what that's like. It'd be so exciting to get there. It was great to meet you at the New Media Summit. I saw how diligent you are and how well-spoken, and no wonder why your podcast is doing so well. So many people said such good things about you. So I'm super excited for the next 1 million downloads for your podcast, and hopefully maybe someday I'll be on your podcast. Who knows? But I gotta be a nice guy first though, right? So love what you're doing. Keep it up and keep on rocking.
Hi, nice guys. It's Julie Riesler, life designer with Empowered Living. Huge congratulations on your 1 million downloads. Fantastic. Totally shows that nice guys and gals can finish first. So thrilled for you. Can't wait to hear your next few hundred episodes. And keep being nice, as always. Lots of love.
Jim O'Brien? I do opens and closes for 60 fucking episodes of this stupid-ass show, and you can't even remember my goddamn name? Do you think I get paid if I said, "And here's your nice guy, Dave Silver"? They throw me out on my ass and never look back. They don't pay me enough for this shit. Nice guys in podcast land my ass. I should call John Lee Dumas. I'll bet he appreciates his voiceover talent. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.